solemn synods been decreed, if any born of Ephesus be seen, any Syracusan marts or fairs, again, if any born of Syracuse comes to the bay of Emelus, he dies. His goods confiscate to the Duke's dispose. Unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die. Well, Syracusan, say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier burden could not have been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet, that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offense. I'll utter what my sorrows give me leave. In Syracuse was I born, and went unto a woman, happy but for me, and by me, and not unhappy. With her I lived in joy, our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamnum, till my factor's death, and the great care of goods at random left, drew me from kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old before herself, almost at fainting under that pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provision for her following me, and soon and safe arrived at where I was. There had she not been long, but she became the joyful mother of 2 goodly sons. And, which was strange, the one so like the others could not be distinguished but by name. That very hour, and in the self-same inn, a meaner woman was delivered of such a burden. 2 twins, both alike, those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my own sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motions for their homage. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon. We came aboard. A league from Epidamnum had we sailed, before the always window-pane deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. And longer did we not retain much hope. For what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death, which, though myself would gladly have embraced, yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping for what she saw must come, and the piteous plainings of the pretty babe, ignorant what to fear. My wife, more careful for the landlord, had fastened him unto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for shores. To him one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been less heedful of the other. With the children thus disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end of the mast.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so, for we meant pity, though not pardon thee.
We were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon, our ship was split in the midst.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, Do me the favour to dilate at full. What hath befallen them thee till now?
My eldest son, and yet my youngest heir, at 18 years, became inquisitive after his other. And reported me that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his other, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him. 5 summers have I spent in the furthest breeze, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and, coasting homeward, came to Ephesus. Hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or that or any place that harbors men. But here must end the story of my life. And happy were I in my timely death. Could all my travels warrant me they live.
Now trust me. Were it not against our loss, my soul would sue an advocate for thee. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help, by all the friends thou hast in Ephesus. Beg thou or borrow to make up the sum, and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer! Take him in thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Go bear to the centre where we host, and stay there, Romeo, till I come to thee. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a mean.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft, who lightens my humours with his merry jests. Oh, what, will you walk around town with me, and then come with me and dine with me?
Please you, sir, I'll meet with you upon the mart, and after consort you till bedtime. Business calls me from you now.
Farewell, so that I will go lose myself and wander up and down to the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content, commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, that in the ocean which seeks another drop. So I to find a mother and a brother in quest of them. Unhappy, lose myself. Oh, here comes the almanac. Well, now, how chance thou art returned so soon?
Turn so soon, rather approach too late. The capon burns, the pig falls from the spit. The clock has struck in 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it 1 upon my pig. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast, but we that know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where is the money?
Oh, 6pence that I had on Wednesday last. You paid the saddler for my mistress's crupper. The saddler had it, sir. I kept it up.
I am in no sport of humor now. Tell me and dally not, where is the money? Where is the money I gave in charge to thee?
To me? So why you gave no gold?
Come on, sir knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed of thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mart. Home to your house, the phoenix sir to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am a Christian, answer me in what safe place thou hast disposed of thy charge. I will break that merry sconce of yours. Where are the 1,000 marks thou hast of me?
I have Your marks upon my face, and my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both.
Thy mistress marks? What mistress slave hast thou?
Your worship's wife, sir, at the Phoenix.
What? Wilt thou flog me in the face, being forbid? Hold! Take thou that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that.
For God's sake, hold your hands! Nay, you will not, and I will take my heels.
On my life, by some device or other, the villain has overwrought my heart. See, this town is full of cause and ash. Dark-working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks. If this prove so, then I will be gone the sooner. I'll to the centaur and seek out this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned them in such haste I sent to seek his master. Surely you shouted, 'tis 2 o'clock.
Good sister, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his own liberty.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out the door.
When I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, keep the bridle of your
There's
horse.
none but asses will be bridled so.
By which no liberty is lies with woe. There is nothing situate under the heaven's eye. Heaven is bounds in earth and sea sky. The creature is propitious and prepared,
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
ere I learned to love, I practice to obey.
How? If your husband should start some other way.
Until you come home, I would forbear.
Patience of move. No marvel that you pause. Well, they can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul bruised with adversity. We did be quiet when we hear it cry, but were we burdened with likely to pain us much or more would we ourselves complain. So thou that hast no unkind made to grieve thee, with urgent help and patience wouldst relieve me. But if thou live to see like right bereft, this full beg patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but you... Oh, here's your man now. Now is your husband. Now,
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
I was at 2 hands of me, and at my 2 ears can witness.
Say, dost thou speak with him? Knowst thou his mind?
Aye, he told his mind upon my ear. You sure his hand I scarce could understand it.
spake he so doubtfully, thou couldst feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly I could too well feel his blows. And also doubtfully I could scarce understand them.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
The mistress, sure my master was born mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
Not half of mad though, sure he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Your meat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come home, quoth I? My gold, quoth he. Where are the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? Your pig doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. Hang up, my mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Quoth my master. I know no house, no wife, and no mistress. So that my errand, drawn to my tongue, I take him, I bear home upon my shoulders. For in conclusion, did beat me there.
Go back again, slave, and fetch thy master home.
Look back again and be new beaten home. For God's sake, send someone messenger.
Back the slave, or I will grave thy fate across.
So bless that parcel another beating. Between you both, I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you as you with me, that like football you do spurn me thus? You spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in the service, you must taste me with another.
Oh, thy how patience lureth in your face.
His company must do his minions race, whilst I home starve for a merry look. Hath only age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek, and then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull, bearing my wit? Voluble look from him would soon repair. My too unruly dear, he breaks the pale, and feeds from home poor. I am but his stale.
Oh, self-harming jealousy. Bye, be that hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage unaware, or else would let it but he would be here. Since that my beauty cannot kiss his eye, I'll weep what's left away, and weeping die!
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the centaur, and the heedful slave has wandered forth in care to seek me out by computation and my host report. I was not able to speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the market. See, here he comes. What now is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jests with me again. You know no centaur. You received no gold. You told us to me of a mistress and of a dinner. My house was at the Phoenix. What's thou mad that thou so madly didst answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not a half an hour since.
I did not speak to you since you sent me hence home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny thy gold receipt, and then toldest me of a mistress and of a dinner, for which I hope thou feltest I was displeased.
I'm glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Yeah. Wilt thou flout me in the teeth? Thinkest thou I jest? Hold! Take thou that! And that! And that! And that! And that! And that!
Oh, sir, for God's sake, now you're just as earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it me?
You will jest with me, know mine aspect. Fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will break that merry sconce of yours.
Sconce, call you it? So you would leave battering, I had rather have it ahead. And you use these blows long, I must get a sconce for my head, and ensconce it too, or else I shall seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you all?
Aye, sir, and wherefore? For this every why hath a wherefore?
Why, first, for flouting me. And then wherefore, for urging it upon me a second time.
Is there ever any man thus beaten out of season, and in the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank you, sir, for what?
Very, sir, for this something that you gave me for nothing.
Well, sir, I'll make amends next to give nothing for something. Yeah. Say, sir, is it dinner time? But soft, what wafts us yonder?
Dippolis? Look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspect. I'm not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time it was, when now unearths wouldst thou. Never word for music to thy ear. That never object pleasing in thine eye. That never touch well looked by thy hand. That never meat sweet savored in thy taste. Unless I spake, or looked or touched or kind to thee. Why did I tear myself away from thee? How dearly would it touch me to the quick? Shouldst thou but hear, I were licentious, and that this body consecrated thee by Ruffian lust be contaminate. Wouldst thou not spit at me? Wouldst thou not spit at me and spurn at me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and tear the stained skin from my harlot brow, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore sit thou to it. I am possessed with an adulterate blood. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust. For if we two play one and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted by thy contagion. Keep then true in truce with thy true bed. I live unstained, thou one dishonor red.
Lead you to me, fair dame. I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old. A stranger town is to your talk. Who want every word by all mine wit being scanned, want wit in all one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed from you. Why were you to use my sister thus? She sent for you to dinner by Romeo.
By Romeo?
By me?
By thee, and this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee and in his blows, denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Gentlewoman. What is the course and drift of your compact?
I, sir, I never spake with her in all my life.
Thou liest, for even her very words didst thou deliver to me on the mark.
You never saw her till this time.
Now thinking thus that no inspired names unless it be by inspiration.
How ill agrees it with your gravity, to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood. In my wrong, but you are for me exempt. Put wrong, not that wrong, with a more content. Come, I will fasten on this sleep of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine, who all from want of pruning with intrusion infect thy sap and live on thy confusion.
To me, she speaks. She moves me for her theme. What was I, married to her in a dream? Or sleep I now and think I hear her voice? What errors drive our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offer fallacy.
Romeo, go get the servants fed for dinner.
Oh, for my beads, I cross me for a sinner. This is the fairyland. Oh, spite of spites, we talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. If we obey the knockers will ensue, they'll shuck our record, pinch us black and blue.
What prayest to thyself, and answered me not? Romeo, thou drone, thou snail, thou slug, thou sot!
I'm transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
No, nay, master, both in my mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape.
If I changest thou, it is to an ass.
'Tis true, she rides me and I long for grass. 'Tis so, I am an ass. Could never be, but I should know her so she knows me.
Come, come, no longer will I be a fool while man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio keeps the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today. Sirrah, if any ask for your master, say he dine forth and let none enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth and heaven or in hell, sleeping or waking, mad or well advised? No nothing easy to myself disguise. I'll say as they say and persevere so, and at the midst that all adventure go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter unless I bring your page.
Come, and tickle us, we dine too late.
Shrewish would I keep thy house. Say that I linger to be your shop, see the making of her cognac. Tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. He met me on the mark, and I did charge him, beat him with 1,000 marks in gold, and I did deny my wife at home. Thou villain now, what didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. That you beat me at the mark. I have your hand to show. The skin were parchment, and the blows you gave me were ink. Your own handwriting will tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Harry, so it doth appear. By the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear, I should kick. Being kicked, and being at that pass, you would kick from my heels, and beware of an ass.
You're sad, Senor Balthazar. Pray God our cheer may answer my good will and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and your welcome dear.
Oh, Senor Balthazar, either flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common. That ever Joe affords.
And welcome more common, for that's nothing but worse. But soft, my door is locked. Open the lesson.
George, John, Q, Abraham, Theodore, Franklin, Barack, Robert Shaw,
Sloan, Malthorse, Chapin, Coxcomb, Idiot, Ignorant,
my master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch hold on his feet.
Who talks within there? I'll open the door.
Right, sir. I'll tell you when, and you tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today.
Nor today here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me out of the house I own?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Romeo.
Oh, villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. The one there got credit, the other nickel blame.
Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
And my trove here down is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife? Sir, nay, go, get me from the door.
He went in paying master, this knave would go sore.
Here's neither cheers, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
We debating which was best, so pardon neither.
And the door master bid them welcome hither. Mad as love to be so bought and sold.
Go fetch me something. I'll break up the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your gate.
Hey, a man may break a word with you, sir, and words but wing. Aye, and he break it in your face, so he break it from behind.
It seems thou wants to break me. How upon me, I'm...
Here's too much out upon me, I pray thee. Let me in.
Right, when foul
Now I'll break in. Go borrow me a crow.
A crow without a feather? Master, you mean you're so?
Catch thee gone. Fetch me an iron crow.
Why, at this time the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and let us to the Tiger Hall to dinner. And about this evening come yourself alone, to find the reason for this strange restraint.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and in despite of mirth, mean to be merry. Get you gone, and fetch the chain by this I know 'tis made. Bring it, I pray you, to the Porpentine. There's that house, the chain will I bestow upon mine hostess there, good sir, make haste. Since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so, jest shall cost me some expense. That's all right. Audience, thank you all very much for coming tonight. What we're about to do for you is called an intermezzo, and basically, it's an old Italian theater tradition where we, tonight, what we're going to do for it is, we're going to recap the events of the show that you've seen so far, but much faster. Anything else to add, Ben?
We're good. Let's do it.
All right. Hope we don't offend anyone. It's going to get pretty weird. Buckle up. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, Rachel, please, before you take my head off, please let me tell you my story. Okay, all right. First I had 2 children. Oh, God. All right, come on. All right. Oh, God. All right. And this woman who we don't really care about had 2 children. Oh, wow. That's bad. Come on, one more. Wow, childbirth stinks. All right. Then it was a great sword. The 2 sisters were spread apart. 20 years later.
Hey, Dromio, can you just take this money back to the Centaur for me?
Sure, I'd love
Oh,
to.
that'd be amazing. What a great guy. Dromio, how'd you come back so fast? I just sent you to the Centaur to put my money there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just do it. Oh, God.
Oh, My husband is just the worst.
I know, I'm just a sexually starved woman who eats a lot of garlic bread. All right, so the gold I gave to Dromio is it's safe and sound at the center. I don't know what he was talking about, why it was to... Dromio? Okay, so why were you pretending to not know what I was talking about?
Dude, I haven't seen you since the first scene.
Oh, jeez.
You hungry? Yeah, I'm so hungry, man.
Do, Fred.
Yeah.
Get on the ground! You know what this is! Did you cheat on me?
What are you doing? Just straight up can't breathe right now. Gee, come on.
Angela Balthazar, we're about to have a great meal right now. My door is locked. What are the odds?
All right.
Dromio, you need to find me the silliest thing imaginable to open this door. Come on, Dromio. We don't have a lot of time.
Got the swag, right?
That's all. Okay. We'll make do. This isn't silly enough, Dromio.
Dude, I just made this last night. You shot the butter.
Is that butter?
It's butter, yes, I'm butter.
Really butter?
Sock butter.
Oh. All right. Oh, dude, this works.
First one yet. The French flag.
Audience, before we go any further, I just want you to know that we mean no disrespect to the people of France. But,
Thank you, that'll be all.
And may it be that you have quite forgotten your husband's office? Shall in Tibullus, even in the spring of love thy love springs dry? Shall love, even in building, will show rudeness? If you did marry my sister for her love and for her wealth's sake, treat her with more kindness. Or if you look elsewhere, do so with more stealth. Then get ye in again, brother. Cheer her, love her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit mine. Are you a god? Would you create me new, transform me, and then to your power I'll yield? But if that I am, I then well I know. Your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing siren for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hands, and as a bed I'll take them and they lie. And in that glorious supposition thinks, he gains by death that hath such means to die.
What, are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but maybe. How? I do not know.
There's a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sunbeam by.
Gaze where you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to win sweet love as look on night.
Why do you call me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister, sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself, thine own self sped apart. Mine eyes clear eye, my dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim. My soul lives heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should it be?
No, call thy sister sweet, for I am thee. Be with thy love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband, and I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, sweet Aaron, holding still. I'll go get my sister and fetch her goodwill.
Where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Romeo? Am I myself? Am I your man?
Thou art Romeo, thou art thyself, thou art my man.
I am an ass, I am a woman's man, and I am besides myself.
What woman's man? And how besides thyself?
Mary,
Besides thyself.
besides myself, I am due to a woman. One that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me.
Whoa. What claim lays she to thee?
Mary, such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I being a beast she would have me, but that she being a very beastly creature lays claim to me.
What claim lays she to thee?
Just ask that.
I'm so sorry. I'm so mixed up with all this right now. Two steps back. What is she?
A very reverend father. I sent her one that the man may not speak of without he say, Sir Reverence, I have but lean luck in the match. Here she a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease, and I know not what use to put her, but to make lamb her, and run from her by her own light. I warrant, her rags and the tallow in them will burn a Poland winter. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is she of?
Swart, like my shoe, but her face nothing half so clean kept, for why she sweats. A man may go over shoes in the grime of it.
Well, that's a fault that butter will mend.
No, sir, 'tis ingrained. Noah's blood could not do it.
What is her name?
Nell, sir, but her name and 3/4 will not measure her from hip to hip. That's an L and 3/4.
Well, then she must bear some breath.
No longer from head to foot than from hip to hip. She's spherical like a globe. I could find out countries in her.
In what part of your body stands Ireland?
Mary, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bogs.
Where Scotland?
Hard in her hand, I found it by the barrenness.
That is France.
In her forehead, on the feet belt, they make it war against her hair.
Where is England?
I looked for the chalky cliffs, but could find no whiteness in them. But I guess it stood in her chin from the salt room that ran between France and it.
That is Spain.
Faith, I saw it not, but felt it hot in her brain.
Where is America, the Indies?
All upon her nose, all are embellished with rubies, sapphires, carbuncles, declining their rich aspect to the hot breath of Spain, who sent whole armadas of carrots to be belliced at her nose.
Where is Belgium, the Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, this judge or diviner laid claim to me, told me Romeo, swore I was assured to her, told me what privy marks I had about me, is the mark of my shoulder, the mole in my neck, the great wart on my left arm that I made. Yeah! Ran from her as a witch.
Go hide thee presently and post to the road. If the wind blow anyway about the shore, then I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, then go to the mark where I would walk until thou returns to me. If everyone knows us and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge pack and be gone.
As from a bear, a man would run for life, so fly I, for her to be my wife.
There's none but witches to inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me a husband, even my soul doth for a wife I abhor.
But the fair sister, possessed with such gentle self-grace, such enchanting presence and discourse, that moments made me a traitor to myself. But
Bless myself, be guilty to Salvamo. Stop my ears against the mermaid song.
Master Antipus?
Aye, that is my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain. I thought to have taken you at the porpentine, but the chain unfinished made me stay this long.
What is your will that I shall do with this?
What to please yourself, sir, I've made it for you.
Made it for me, sir, but I spoke it not.
Not once nor twice, but 20 times you have. Here, go home with it and please your wife with all. And soon at supper time, I will visit you and receive my money for the chain.
I pray you, sir, receive the money now. For free you ne'er see chain or money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare thee well.
What I should think of this, I cannot tell. Of this I think there's not a man that is so vain that would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see here a man need not live by shifts when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. I'll to the mart and there for Dromio stay. If any ship put out, then straight away.
Not much importuned you, nor had I not now, but that I am bound to Persia and want guilders for my voyage. Therefore make present satisfaction, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by Antipus. Please, if you walk with me down to his house, I will discharge the bond and thank you too.
I go to the goldsmith's house, go down to my rope's end. I will not stone on my wife and the Confederates for locking me out of my doors by day. So, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone, buy a rope and bring it home to me.
£1,000 a year, I buy a rope.
A man is well hold to trust you. I promised your presence in the chamber, and neither chain nor goldsmith did I receive. Belike you thought our love would last too long, we would not chain together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor. Here's the note. How much your chain weighs to the utmost carat. The finest of gold and charged for patches, which should not amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you, sir, see him presently discharged, for he is bound to see and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good senor, take the stranger to my house, and then you take the chain. Bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I will be there as soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain to me yourself?
No, bear it with you, lest I come not time enough.
Well, I will, sir. Have you the chain about you?
If I have not, sir, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, sir. Give me the chain. Both twins and tight stays for this gentleman, and I to blame. I've held him here too long.
Good Lord! You used this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the Porpentine. I should have chid you for not bringing it, but like a shrew you first began to brawl.
The hour steals on, good sir, I pray you dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me, the chain!
Why, give it to my wife and fetch your money.
Sir, my business cannot brook this dalliance. Say whether you will answer me or no. Otherwise, I will attach you by this officer.
Well, I answer you. What should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain!
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
No, I gave it to you. Have no sense!
You gave me none. You wronged me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do, and charge you in the Duke's name to obey me.
Consent to pay thee that I never had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is thy fee. Arrest him, officer. I wouldn't spare my brother in this case if you swore me so.
And to arrest you, sir, you hear the suit.
I do obey thee till I give thee bail. But, sirrah, you shall buy this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop.
What observations made us out in this case of his heart's meteor, tilting in his face?
First, he denied he knew he had no right.
He meant he did me none. The more my spite!
Then he swore he was a stranger.
And true he swore, though yet forsworn he were.
Then I pleaded for you.
And what said he?
He said that the love I had for you, he had of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With such charm that in honesty it would sway. First he did compliment me.
Shouldst thou speak him fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor I will not hold me still. My tongue will not, my heart shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old, and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless, everywhere. Vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical, and making worse in mind.
Then how could you be jealous of such a one? When evil is lost, wails no one.
But I think you better than I say. And yet what here in other eyes were worse. Far from her nest, the lapwing cries away. My heart to pray for him, though my tongue prefers.
To the desk, the first sweet now make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where is my master, Dromio? Is he well?
No, he's in tartar limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment had him. A fiend, a fury, pitiless and rough. A wolf, they worship Othello all in buff.
Why, what is the matter?
I do not know the matter. He is rested on the case.
What's he arrested? Come yet, you suit.
I know not every suit he is rested about, but he's in a suit of buff which rested him. That I can tell. Will you send him, mistress, redemption, the money in his desk?
Oh, fetch it, sister. Now this I wonder. That he, unknown to me, should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a ban?
Not on a van, but on a stronger thing. A chain. A chain. Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell. It's time that I was gone. It was 2 where I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
Here's the money. Dromio, bear it straight, and bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister. I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit my comfort and my injury.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me as if I were their well-acquainted friend. Everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some other give me thanks for kindnesses. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles and Lapland sorceries we have in here.
Master, here's the gold you sent me for.
What gold is this? Well, sir, rest in your foolery. Is there any ship that put out? May we be gone?
Well, sir, I thought you were an hour since that the bark up down in good port tonight. And then were you hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay? Here are the angels that we sent for to deliver you.
The fellow is distressed, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions, some blessed power put us from hence.
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see you have found the goldsmiths now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Avoid Satan, I charge thee, tempt me not!
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil!
Nay, she is worse. She is the devil.
You and your men are marvelous merry, sir. What? Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do expect spoon meat or bespeak a long spoon.
Why,
Mary, ye must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid thou, witch! What tellest me thou of supping? Thou art as you are all a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond the chain you promised, and I'll be gone, sir, and not bother you.
Some devils ask for the parings of one's nail, a ruff, a hair, a drop of blood, a pin, a nut, a cherry stone, but she, more covetous, would have a chain.
I pray you, sir, my ring or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Abort, witch! Come, Dromio, let us go.
My pride says the peacock, mistress, that you know.
Now, doubt Antipholus is mad, else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and the other he denies me now. But like his wife, well acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the doors against his way. My way now is to hie home to his house and tell his wife that being a lunatic, he rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man, I will not break away. Ah, here comes my man. I think he has my money. How now, sir, have you that I sent you for?
With that, I want to obey them all.
But what about the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for a rule.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope?
I'll serve you, sir, 500 at that rate.
To what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
To a rope's end, sir, and to that end to my return.
And to that end I shall welcome thee.
Oh,
Good sir, be patient.
nay, 'tis for me to be patient, for I am in adversity.
Good, now hold thy tongue.
Rather persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou horse and senseless villain!
Would I were senseless, sir, that I would not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so is an ass.
I am an ass, indeed. You may prove it by my long years. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at his hands for my service but blows. When I am warm, he cools me with beating. I am driven out of doors with it when I go from home. Wait, welcome home with it when I return? Nay! I bear it on my shoulders, as a beggar won't touch a rat. And I think when he hath laid me with it, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along. My wife comes yonder.
Respect your and rather the prophecy like.
Wilt thou still talk?
I'll say it now. Is not your husband mad? Sensibility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense of him, and I will please you as you will demand.
Alas, how tired and how sharp he looks.
Learn how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand, and let me feel your pulse.
Here is my hand, and let it feel your ear.
Oh! I charge thee, Satan, howls within this man, to yield possession to my holy prayer, and to thy state of darkness be thee straight. I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, Doty Wizard, peace! I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not, poor distressed soul.
You mean you. Are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face revel and feast at my house today? Whilst the guilty doors were shut upon me, and I denied to enter my house?
Oh, husband, God doth know you dined at home today. Where would you have remained until this time, free from the sense and this open shame?
Dined at home. Thou villain, what sayest thou?
Sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
And were the doors not shut upon me, and I locked out?
Your doors were locked, and you shut out.
Did not she herself revile me there?
Sans faute, she herself found there.
Did not I then in rage depart from thence?
Already you did. My bones bear witness that since I felt the vigor of your rage.
Thou hast summoned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent money to redeem you by Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Money by me? Pardon, goodwill you might, but surely not a rag of money.
Whence thou not done for a purse of ducats?
He came to me, and I delivered it.
Wherefore didst thou lock me forth today? Why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
Gentle master, I received no gold, but I confess that we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false in both.
Oh, dissembling harlot! Thou art false, ignoble, and art confederate with a damned pack to make a loathsome, abject scorn of me!
Oh, find him, let him not come near me!
More company, the fiend is strong within him.
Aren't you gonna get that?
Alas, poor man, how pale and white he looks.
Wilt thou murder me? Thou canst thou, I am thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer them to make a rescue? Masters, let him go. He's my prisoner and shall not have him.
Go find this man, or he is granted to
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will bid thee ere I go for thee. Good master doctor, see them safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy happy day.
Oh, most unhappy strumpet!
Yes, sir, I've entered here and longed for you.
Out on thee, villain! Wherefore dost thou mad me?
Will you be bound for nothing, good master? Be mad by the devil.
Oh, poor men, how idly they do talk.
Go, bend it straight. Sister, go you with me. Say now, what is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows it due?
Due for a chain your husband has there.
He did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not.
When your husband, all enraged today, came to my house and took away my ring, the very same ring I saw upon his finger now, straight after did I meet him with a chain.
It may be so, but I never did see it. Come, jailer, show me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth here at large.
Look, see, these witches are afraid of swords.
Now ran from you.
Go to the centaur and fetch our stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw they speak us fair, give us gold. Methinks they're such a gentle nation that but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage with me, I could find in my heart to stay here still and turn witch.
Not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, away and get our stuff aboard.
I'm sorry that I have hindered you, sir, but I protest he had the chain. Signor Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me to this shame and trouble, and not without some scandal for yourself, with circumstances of so to deny. This chain you wear so openly, this chain you had of me, can you deny it not?
I think I had. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
You know as these ears of mine did hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch, 'tis a pity thou walkst where any honest man resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently if thou darest stand.
I dare dutify thee for a villain.
Oh, hurt him not, for God's my poor distracted husband hens. Let us come in, then we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I'm sorry that I dropped on you.
How long had this possession held the man?
This week has been heavy, sour, sad, and much different from the man he was. Till this afternoon his passion did break into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost the wealth by recklessly bearing to dear friend? Hath not else's eyes strayed in unlawful love, a sin prevailing much in youthful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing? Which of these sorrows is his subject to?
None of these, except to be the last. Namely, some love that drew him oft from home.
You should for that have apprehended him.
And so I did.
I, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Haply in private.
And in assemblies too.
I, but not enough.
Good people enter and lay hold on him.
No! Not a creature enters in my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall be from your hands.
I will attend my husband, be his nurse, die his sickness, for it is my office, and it regards within your holiness to separate the husband and
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Oh, complaining to the Duke of this indignity! Come, go. I will fall prostrate at his feet.
Wait, by this I believe the dial points at 5, meaning that the Duke himself will come to this 9-5 bell. Upon what cause? To see a reverend Syracusan merchant who unluckily put into this bay against the laws and statutes of the town, beheaded for his crimes. See the people come. We will behold his death. Kneel to the Duke before he passes.
Proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender.
Most sacred Duke against the abbess!
She is a virtuous and a reverend lady, and I find that she has that.
May it please your grace. Antipholus, my husband, who I made lord of me, and all I had adjourned point letters. This ill day a most outrageous fit of madness told him, that desperately he hurried through the street with him his bondmen, all as mad as he, doing displeasure to citizens, by rushing into their houses, bearing thence rings, jewels, and anything his rage did like. Once did I get him bound and sent home to my house, anon I wot not, by strong escape he broke from those that had the guard of him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each one with ireful passion, with drawn swords into this abbey, whither we pursued them, and here the abbess shuts the gates on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor let him be borne hence for help. Bridget, therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, let my husband be brought forth, that we may bear him home for his recovery.
Long since thy husband served me in thy wars, that I to thee engaged a prince's word, when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Peace? Master and his men are here, and that is false thou dost report to us.
As I swear upon my life, I tell you truth. He crushed you, and now, if he can take you, to scorch your face, and to disfigure you. Hark! I hear a cry, Mistress! Fly! Be gone!
Run! Stand by me! Fear nothing! Guard with halberds! 5, 6, 7, 8.
Justice, most gracious Duke. Oh, grant me justice. Even for the service that long since I did, when I bestrid thee in the wars, and took deep scars to save thy life. Even for the blood that I did lose for thee. Oh, now grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Romeo. Just shut up, please.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there. She whom thou gavest to be my wife, whom hath abused and dishonored, even in the strength and height of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath shameless thrown upon me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shut my doors upon me, while she with harlots feasted in my house.
No, my good lord. He, myself, and my sister stayed to dine together. So befall my soul as this pardons me with all.
There do I live on day nor sleep on night, but she tells your highness the God-given truth.
Oh, perjured woman! They are both forsworn, and this madman justly chargeth them.
My liege, I am advised what I say. Neither disturb with the effect of wine, nor petty wraths provoked with raging iron, albeit my wrongs might make one wiser man. This woman locked me out this day from dinner. That goldsmith, were he not packed with her, could witness it, for he was with me then, who then parted with me to fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together. Our dinner done, and he not coming thither, I went to seek him. I met him on the street, and in his company, that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I this day of him had received the chain, which God he knows I saw not. For the which I was arrested by an officer. And obeyed, sent my peasant home for certain ducats. He would not return. I then fairly bespoke the officer. To go with me in person to my home. By the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. Along with them, they brought one pinch. A hungry, lean-faced girl, a mere anatomy, a mountebank, a threadbare juggler, and fortune-teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch, a dead-looking man.
I've met this pinch before. He's not that bad.
This pernicious slave, forsooth, took on him as a conjurer, and gazing in my eyes, feeling my pulsing with no face as 'twere facing me, cries out, I was possessed. Then all together they fell upon me, bound me, bore me thence, and in a dark and dankish vaulted home, there left me and my man both bound together, till knowing with my teeth my bonds in sundered, I gave my freedom, and immediately ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech to give me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, trust me thus far. I witnessed with him that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?